bitch.
No, I was trying to meet you.
Don't bullshit me, you piece of ugly.
I'm sorry.
Sorry for shit. Strip.
12-year-old Dawn Weiner is an unpopular and shy girl who even struggles to find a seat in the school cafeteria.
Can I sit here?
She decides to sit next to a gloomy girl who sarcastically wishes her bon appetit.
Someone barfed there for the period.
A group of cheerleaders approaches Dawn and asks,
We were just wondering, are you a lesbian?
The mean girl in black confirms it, claiming that Dawn made a pass at her. Later, Dawn discovers that her locker has been vandalized with dirty words when she sees 3 bullies picking on a boy with glasses.
Aren't you Troy boy? Aren't you boy?
No.
She stands up for him,
Guys are such jerks.
but instead of thanking her, the boy calls her a dog, just like the bullies did.
Leave me alone, wiener dog.
At home, Dawn lives with her younger sister Missy, the family's favorite child, and her older brother Mark, a nerdy teen who has a garage band that sounds absolutely terrible. Missy constantly annoys Dawn, calling her a lesbian until Dawn tattles to their mother. Their mother punishes Dawn instead, sending her to her room while Missy gets to enjoy the TV like a princess. During a test, the school bully Brandon blatantly copies from Dawn's paper.
Mrs. Grissom?
Yes, Don?
Brandon's trying to copy my answers.
The teacher decides to punish both of them.
You can see me here at 3. I'm giving you both detention.
Later, a girl named Lolita corners Dawn in the restroom, accusing her of using the toilet and refusing to leave until she does. It turns out Lolita is jealous of Brandon and warns Dawn to stay away from him.
But Brandon was. You stay away from Brandon. He's mine.
Lolita sneers that she hates Dawn because she's ugly. That afternoon, Brandon and Dawn have to stay after class to rewrite the test. Brandon makes crude comments to her. The teacher, however, gives Dawn, a normally good student, a low grade. When Dawn begs for another chance,
I'm better than a D-.
Stop grade grubbing.
the teacher coldly tells her she has no dignity.
I want you to write a 100-word essay on the subject of dignity.
Missy is living her best life, dancing around all day in a pink jumpsuit while Dawn hides in a small backyard shed with her only friend Ralphie.
I want to be popular.
During dinner one evening, Mark shares what he thinks is a brilliant idea. Invite the most popular guy in school to join their band.
Well, Steve Rogers is only like one of the most popular guys in class. We'll get him, we'll get invited to play everywhere.
Missy complains to their mom.
I'm serious, and I think you should send Dawn to reformatory. She's always bothering me.
Once again, their mother sides with Missy and demands that Dawn apologize.
I'm not sorry.
Stop acting like a babe.
When Dawn refuses, her mother gives her an ultimatum.
You are not leaving this table until you tell your sister that you love her.
Stubborn as ever, Dawn stays silent. Late that night, she decides to get revenge by sawing off the head of Missy's mermaid Barbie doll. Then, almost as if in a trance, she wanders into the garage and sees her brother rehearsing with the band. Mark has actually invited Steve Rogers, the most popular boy in school.
Let's get a little wild.
Handsome as Apollo and an amazing singer, to join them. That night, Dawn lies awake, unable to sleep. She fell in love. Meanwhile, a senior student named Mary gave a speech to the whole school, sharing how she was kidnapped a year ago while walking home, and how important it is to stay quiet and cautious. Back in class, the bullies continued tormenting Dawn
and a big man stepped out.
Until she finally decided to fight back. She stuffed a drool-covered piece of paper into her pen and shot it.
So students, I'm telling you this story,
hitting the teacher right in the eye. Soon, Dawn and her parents were called into the principal's office. Her mother wasn't exactly supportive. She scolded Dawn, saying she had no friends.
Are you having social problems?
No.
Yes, she's got no friends.
As the principal lectured her, Dawn noticed a few younger kids outside laughing and teasing her through the window. Even the teacher she'd hit glared at her bitterly from the hallway. Steve Rogers dropped by to visit Mark. After Mark stepped out, Dawn, dressed in her pajamas, quietly entered the room and just stared at Steve.
Are you Mark's sister?
Yeah.
They ended up talking about something they both agreed on, how much they hated school.
Don't worry, it's only 3 years.
At one point, Dawn even managed to awkwardly grope Steve before her brother caught her and kicked her out of the room. Soon after, Mark received a letter from a girl he'd met at summer camp.
With me. Sex is an important thing to experiment with before marriage, but only if there is a serious commitment on both ends.
He told Dawn that he'd broken up with her, even though the girl had been ready to sleep with him, because for him, getting into a good college mattered more than anything else. Steve, on the other hand, flirted with every girl he met.
Why, are you in love with him or something?
No.
The only thing that seemed to matter to him was whether a girl was willing to go all the way. That included everyone, from the prettiest girls to the so-called outcasts. To confirm what she'd heard, Dawn approached Ginger, the school's gossip and self-proclaimed bad girl.
Can I talk to you for a second? It's about Steve Rogers.
Ginger smugly confirmed that she and Steve had fooled around last summer.
What if I were something?
Dawn, look in the mirror.
After hearing that, Dawn looked at her own reflection and thought about her untouched, virgin hand. One afternoon, Steve came over when Dawn was home alone.
If you want, you can come inside and eat.
He said he'd only come in if she gave him something to eat. Spotting some cash on the table, he casually pocketed it before sitting down to eat. Dawn didn't care. She was thrilled just to watch him. She admired every move he made as he devoured the food, and she tried to impress him by playing the piano. After finishing her little piano performance, Dawn proudly showed off her fingers.
You want to see my fingers?
The same ones that had just communicated her feelings through music. As Steve was leaving, he accidentally dropped his ID card. Dawn picked it up and, in a mix of obsession and fantasy, whispered a little spell.
You will fall in love with me. You will make love to me.
The band, meanwhile, finally had at least one loyal fan, Dawn. She couldn't take her eyes off Steve and sang along with him during rehearsals. When Mark and his friends criticized Steve's guitar playing, Steve got irritated.
He can't take criticism.
Well, great, there goes the band.
He told them off and quit the band altogether. He'd only been hanging around them for help with computer science anyway.
I need you.
Tough, I quit. And you can tell your shit-faced brother that I'd rather fail computer science than get any more help from him.
Dawn was devastated by his departure, far more than the band members themselves. Later, she and her friend Ralphie were harassed again by the same bullies at a local store.
Because when you go to junior high, man, I'm gonna smash that little fairy face of yours into a mushy...
Fed up, Dawn snapped and called Brandon retarded before walking away.
You better get ready, because at 3 o'clock today, I'm gonna rape you.
From that moment on, he stalked her around the school, constantly reminding her of his threat, while also mocking Lolita, who kept throwing herself at him. The bell rang, and Dawn rushed to the back door. A bully was already waiting for her there.
Try, bitch!
No, I was trying to meet you.
Don't bullshit me, you piece of ugly fuck!
I'm sorry.
Sorry for shit!
He grabbed her and pinned her against the wall. The thug pulled out a knife and ordered her to undress. But the janitor suddenly came out, giving Dawn a chance to escape. At home, her mom happily announced that they were throwing a party to celebrate their 20th wedding anniversary. It would be held in the backyard, but to prepare for it, they'd have to tear down Dawn's little house.
It's not really very pretty, is it? And you're getting a little old for clubhouses.
It wasn't a very convincing argument, but Mom insisted. Later, Brandon called. He threatened to keep his promise.
Hello?
Hey, ugly. Same time, same place.
He warned Dawn that she'd better come on her own, or things would get worse, and she did. Threatening her with a knife, Brandon led Dawn to an abandoned barn.
Do you want me to lie down?
Dawn decided it was better to lie down. She refused a cigarette, and they started talking. Brandon confessed that he had a mentally challenged brother named Tommy.
You know I've got a brother?
No, I never knew that.
That's why he was always so angry. As they talked, Dawn slowly moved closer, and suddenly, Brandon kissed her on the lips. Then he muttered that it was already too late. He said he didn't have time to do what he originally brought her there for.
Nah, there's not enough time.
Thanks, Brandon.
Brandon warned her not to tell anyone what had happened. At home, Mom was disappointed in her children. Steve Rogers had left Mark's band, and he was the only good thing about it. Now, they wouldn't be performing at the anniversary party. Dawn still hadn't cleaned up the trash in the backyard, which she considered her own space, and she had no intention of doing it. As punishment, her mother gave chocolate cake to everyone except Dawn.
Mom, since Dawn isn't eating hers, can me and Mark split it?
Yeah, can we?
And Mom thought it was a great idea. In return, the good kids would help take down Dawn's house that weekend. Mark promised Steve $200 if he agreed to play at the celebration. Once again, Dawn got the chance to secretly admire her crush.
Out.
No.
What do you mean, no? I said out.
No, Steve and I are talking.
Patlata told the boy to cool off, and Mark quietly sat down in a chair, staring at his computer screen. The principal announced over the PA system that drugs had been found in the restroom.
Now, I want to remind you all that any student caught using or selling drugs will be immediately expelled from school.
Meanwhile, the popular girl Cookie reminded everyone about her huge upcoming birthday party. Brandon asked why he wasn't invited, and Cookie quickly came up with an excuse.
Oh, well, I really would have, Brandon, but we need an even number of girls and boys, and if you were invited, there would be too many boys.
The bully pulled something wrapped in a piece of notebook paper from his pocket, and everyone froze, only to find out it was just cookies he hadn't eaten for lunch. The girls burst out, laughing, and of course, he still didn't get an invitation. Frustrated, Brandon slammed Dawn's locker shut. Later, however, the two ended up spending the evening together in the cabin. Brandon apologized for the locker incident and complained about how unfair it was to tear down such a cool shack. He kissed Dawn again, but she told him in a trembling voice that she couldn't be with him.
Brandon, I can't be your girlfriend.
Because she was in love with someone else. Angry, Brandon stormed off, shoving Dawn to the ground. A crowd of guests gathered for the party. A cake decorated with Cheetah Wiener's ugly face sat in the center of the table. Missy was still running around in a tutu, always the center of attention. Mark was playing music with Steve on stage. But where was Dawn? Only now did her parents realize they hadn't even seen her. Crying, she watched the party from the window. She only decided to go outside to talk to Steve and invite him to join her club for special people.
Wow.
I was wondering if...
She found him in a utility room, locked in there with another girl. Embarrassed, he told her that, judging by the name, her club must be for retarded people. Then he shut the door again. After the party, Steve dropped out of school and left to chase his dreams in New York. Later, the family sat together, laughing as they rewatched the anniversary video. They especially replayed the part where Missy pushed her sister into the plunge pool. That night, Dawn woke up, grabbed a hammer, and smashed the tape. She wished she could do the same thing to her sister's head. Brandon didn't even look at her anymore. During another test, Dawn passed him a note, but he didn't read it. Suddenly, the principal walked into the classroom with the police and ordered Brandon to come with him. On the way home, Dawn was acting up. Her mom had to leave urgently, so she asked Dawn to give Missy a note.
I won't be able to pick her up like I told her I would, okay?
Yeah.
It said that Missy would need to go home with her ballet teacher that day. Dawn took the note and went back to watching TV. The phone rang. It was Ralphie. Missy asked her sister to come over since he was her best friend. But Dawn started saying cruel things about him, and the boy heard every word.
But he's your friend. He is not. He's a spy and an asshole. But Dawn, Ralphie likes you.
When Missy was getting ready to leave, Dawn remembered the note. But out of spite, she didn't give it to her. Evening came. Missy never returned home. She was never found.
Her sister. 11.5.
Dad felt sick. Dawn tried to calm him down, telling him that if Missy wasn't found,
Remember, you've still got me and Mark.
Later, Dawn went over to Brandon's house. Tommy, his father, answered the door.
Okay, then, go ahead. You can go say goodbye to him.
Reluctant and rude, he let her in, saying goodbye to his son. They were leaving in an hour. Dawn walked into Brandon's room, where he was packing his things.
I want to be your girlfriend.
But it was too late. His father was taking him to a correctional facility. Brandon, however, had other plans. He said he'd run away to New York instead. Then he kissed Dawn and suggested they lose their virginity right there.
Right now?
Now or never.
But she wasn't interested. Brandon was expelled from school for drug dealing. He claimed the real dealer was another bully, but no one believed him, not even Dawn. Maybe now he really would become one. He grabbed his duffel bag and ran off.
Please don't go!
During dinner that evening, the family received a call. Missy's tutu had been found in Times Square, New York. Dawn decided she had to do something. That night, she went to New York herself. She printed out photos of her sister and plastered them all over the city walls, asking everyone she could for information. Suddenly, she spotted a man dragging Missy into an alley.
Help me, God!
Dawn ran in and saved her sister. Their grateful mother immediately appeared, hugging them both. Everyone praised Dawn, saying how amazing she was and how much they loved her. But of course, that was just a dream. Dawn woke up and called home. Mark answered.
They found Missy this morning.
Is she dead?
No, she's fine. It turns out Mr. Kasdan kidnapped her.
He said their mom didn't seem too upset about her older daughter disappearing too. It turned out they had already found Missy. Their neighbor had built a bunker in his basement, kidnapped Missy, and kept her there. But he hadn't hurt her. She actually kind of enjoyed it, watching TV and eating candy all day. Mark called their mom to the phone, but she was too busy to talk. Later at school, Dawn gave a speech thanking everyone for their support and the information that helped find the kidnapper. Suddenly, one of the bullies shouted,
A sister to me.
The rest of the students joined in, chanting at her, calling her,
And now that she's safe and sound.
It went on until the principal finally silenced them. Life slowly went back to normal for the family. One day in the kitchen, Dawn asked her brother if things would always be this bad.
Oh, junior high school sucks. High school's better. It's closer to college.
Mark told her that it's only middle school that sucks. In high school, he said, they'll call you by your real name. But for now, you just have to hang in there. And Dawn nodded, trying to believe him.
We're the hummingbirds of Benjamin Franklin Junior High.
If you enjoyed this roller coaster of middle school misery, make sure to smash that like button so more people can discover this wild story. And hey, don't forget to subscribe for more crazy movie recaps like this one.